Welcome, my lovely dears, to these streets are long-ass gutters. When last we left off, our dashing rogues comfortably swashbuckled an entire den of vampire spawn, and their leader, Black Swan, and potentially her sister, the strange creature formed from a tree of blood and flesh, imbued with various monster bits.
They tried to eat Garde.
They did. They did. Technically, we pick up at the conclusion of this fight because there's still stuff to look into, I suppose, about the
Oh,
whole
I
thing.
thought we
I don't.
snuck off. I regenerated my hit points, so I'll go back.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'm just picking up the story from there.
Oh, okay.
You'll be able to get out. You did those checks and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's already fine. You got clear. But when you're there is of course some investigation. Was there tests to figure out what the flesh tree consisted of? I can't remember.
No, we played gotcha
I
with it
don't think so.
instead.
Oh, that's right. That's true. So
And we got
found
the unicorn
bits in
stone
it.
and everything.
Yeah.
So it'll take a week to have that crafted into a thing.
Yep.
And over the course of a week or so, what do you guys get up to? Or do you immediately begin the task of casing?
Well, I did get a hold of getting contacts for temporarily bags of holding when it's time, so that's good.
Mhm. Yep, 100 gold a week. They will loan you a bag of holding. You don't have to bring the bag back. It will just simply cease
Stop
becoming
becoming a bag of holding.
enchanted after a week.
Yeah.
A bag of renting, yeah.
Bag of renting.
Which then may realize that that's an incredibly good fucking side gig for an artificer. Like, holy shit. Like, I've got all these trained infusions. I'm gonna just chill out at home and let people potentially pretend they have magic weapons and items and clothing for a little while.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that whenever I make an artificer next. Just whenever
It's a
we
really
start
safe business too, because you can
make a good
you
amount
cancel it
of
on your
downtime,
end.
yeah.
You're not waiting for them to bring the item back. Just be like, and it's no longer magic. Peace.
All right, it is 7 o'clock on the dot, 7 days from now, and de-infuse.
Yep, those slippers suddenly stop being slippers of spider climb and just some fucking face plants. Like, as if I would give them back these magic slippers. They must think I'm a real fucking idiot. Ah! Goodness. But yeah, it's a bit of helpful information to resolve. People are on the lookout for you guys, pointedly. Forces from the Wessex household, which makes your expedition a little bit more challenging, likely in the future.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That was worth.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Carl only sent out an investigative team that scored a 23 to find you guys.
I mean, I can beat a 23 on stealth any day of the week.
Yeah.
But can your whole party, do you have enough OPSEC to protect this place from being found?
I feel like we've
Honestly,
actually done a
probably,
pretty
yeah.
good job of OPSEC this whole
You've
campaign.
done a pretty good job of it, which is just why they haven't like turned up already. But I've now set the DC of challenge. The next time you like leave and come back to this place, you have to beat a 23, which is not going to be an easy one.
And to be
Yeah.
fair, like my character doesn't spend that much time here either, so it's not like, there's a group of mismatched people hanging out.
Hmm.
Like Northie only spends a little bit of time here, and then he goes and hangs out with ghosts.
True.
It's
Understandable.
probably also just safer where he's living.
Fair.
You try interrupting Mima's bridge game and see how she treats you.
Strength drain. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to do something important on the front page. Ah. Big red X over black swan.
Dab.
Wound.
All
Get
right.
wrecked.
So, I need, over this week, while we're doing enchantments, to quickly pick up, like, a suit of... Like, I wear mage armor, so I'm struggling to figure out how I can actually put this shield armor thing onto me from Black Swan Soul
Put it
Stone.
on
Just-
clothes, I'd guess.
Yeah, I guess.
On-
Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
on
go
clothes.
get a Masterwork drip. Just become fabulous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah,
there's a
that's-
price
that's
for
what you do.
masterworking and there's a price for rich clothing.
Alright. Yeah, well, it's a stealth thing, so I don't want it to look like super fancy. I want it to be, you know, the Amri look. Black and
Yeah.
red and leather
I
and
was gonna say, still
corset.
really
Oh no, here's what
sexy
it
and
is.
fancy.
It's
Yeah.
it's Masterwork Goth.
Yeah, masterwork goth.
Alright, so I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, so you want to get this kind of degree of fine tailoring. Fun thing, you have to get your fitting done and probably at a place within the inner circle. So that should be fun.
Yeah, that's...
Take a trip down to Merchant's Village and get fitted.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Roll me a random d20 for no reason.
Before I do this, I think I'm gonna, or rather on the way there, I'm just gonna use up the Scroll of Disguise Self to just not look like me for a while.
Sure.
And then,
a
yeah.
reminder though that disguise self is an illusion. So
Yeah, I
while
don't
you're
mind
getting
the
fitted-
tail. Like, I'm not gonna change my proportions, just, you know, the face and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, random
Alrighty.
d20. I got 19. Sure, that's good for me, right? I want to roll high.
Gonna
It might be,
try out
might
being
not be.
a blonde for a while.
Amri changes her fucking hair dye every couple of days. It's fine.
Yeah, you redo yours. That one you've
The
made a
Taji
point of
special.
that. Yeah.
That's what Taji was going to do, and then we found and then we started with a magic comb
Yep.
for brushies.
Oh goodness. Okay, so what does your disguise self look like?
You know what? It just looks like Morgan. Amy's gonna dress up as her mom for the day.
You chose the most attractive and eye-catching person you could think of as your disguise.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go get like Masterwork drip. I have to be fabulous. It's
fair. Okay.
it's Stack Overflowing
They'll see
into
are
subtlety.
you still all of the blue though? Because they'll be like, this is a bit of a clash in color for you, man. Can I suggest something that's like pale and cream with gold?
Yeah, no, she'll change the blue out for sure, but otherwise.
Okay. With a 19, when you go down to the Merchant's Village to get fitted, I mean, you aren't the only person here. There's like a little queue of people. This tailor is a particularly nice one. There's a front room where you select materials, a lounge where people are sipping imported teas, and all sorts. Got a little wait staff on hand. And sat back in a particularly large wing armed chair is Carl Wessex. He is dressed in what appears to be just a bathrobe.
Of
He
fucking
has a
course.
cigar in his mouth, although he has a cigar in his mouth, but it is not lit. He's just sort of sat in an armchair, just waiting to get fitted. He's making a couple of other people nervous because they don't know why he's in just a fucking bathrobe. There's probably a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, but no one's going to find out what that reason is. At the same time, roll me a d4.
Well, it can't get much worse, can it? I got a 3.
You can see that he has one like high-class personal guard who's waiting out the front of the door when you were coming through. He's got one of those fucking lanterns on. He's not got it switched on though. It's just resting on his belt.
Well, that's good. That's fine.
Yep. At the same time, there is some minor nobility, like probably a cousin or in-law family to the Wessex.
Yeah. Wow. Now, the worst thing I could do is just like Homer Simpson my way backwards, because that would be suspicious. I'm perfectly well
Yeah.
disguised. So
The DC actually isn't as suspicious as you think, because a lot of people on seeing Carl Wessex probably do Homer Simpson away from him.
How long is the line?
Looks like 2 people are actually waiting for the fitting, Carl and one of these minor nobles. Otherwise, that's like it in the room. One is a servant, one is an aide de camp, and one is that personal guard on the outside.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't take very long to get a fitting, so...
No,
So-
and they are serving up delicious imported teas.
Yeah, I'll just wait in line.
Yeah, sure thing. One of the minor nobles will go, "Oh, hello there, my lady. It's a pleasure to meet you. I can't say that I've seen you before, but you make a very fetching appearance about yourself. Come for a fitting."
Oh, yes, that's right. I have indeed.
Oh, goodness, they're going to be able to work such a work of art on you. If I were 5 years younger, he says, looking like someone who needs to be like 20 years younger. Well, such times are past, I suppose, but goodness.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate the compliment.
He gives you a warm smile, and it's at the very least a relatively genuine smile. It's not like the, "Yes, of course, the beautiful lady I shall leer behind my cup."
Ah, but my son is the perfect age for you.
Yeah, no, this person might not have the son who is the perfect age for you.
He's got the
judging by fact they
grandson.
haven't. Yeah. Judging by the fact there's no setup occurring. And yeah, Carl will glance over, and I mean, Amy does look quite a bit like her mom. He's looking at you very curiously now.
Amy will...
Roll me a d3. Let's see which Carl this is.
Oh, no. And we'll just kind of, raise our cup a little in greeting. 1.
Ooh. You have Wizard Carl.
Oh, that's the
Or
worst
more
possible.
correctly, no. You have more
Yeah.
correctly. He's like a scholar Carl. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
That's
Not
the way
actually,
to
he
put it.
spontaneously becomes
Not
a wizard.
literally. Yeah, no, he
That
doesn't
would be the worst
spontaneously
possible
get
if he has
wizard class
wizard
levels.
powers.
No. So far as you
Alright,
can
so
tell, he is still technically mundane.
He is not as schizophrenic
Dispel
as
magic.
Theory, who can actually just become whatever
No.
class. Alright, that's good.
All right, that's good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the most harmless Carl. Probably.
Or so you
Pleased to
think.
meet you, madam. The gentleman here is correct. I'm unfamiliar with meeting you, and I tend to know most faces who come here and abouts.
Oh, yes, I'm just passing through. On my way back south, but afraid most of my clothes were damaged. Got myself splashed on,
Damaged?
yes. Carriage
Ugh.
rolled by. Very rude of them.
A terrible shame. Whose carriage was it? If it's one of mine, I'll have them flogged for you.
Oh, I appreciate it, but I'm afraid I didn't get a good look. They didn't exactly stop
Unfortunate.
to apologize.
Of course, yes. Well, apologies that it happened, but Hollisher is the city of rogues, and it would appear that most drivers are very much of the same mindset. Bit of a plague about this place, you know?
Yes, so I'm noticing. Still, it has its charms.
Its charms, does it? That's such as, and he will toast you with his mug, and it's a lot of ab going on as he toasts you. Just
Yeah,
drinking down to,
exactly.
like, bare
Amy
even.
will raise her glass as well. Oh, the sights are to die for.
And it's going to take a moment to go, I wonder if that's a pun. Did she just threaten me?
Sip.
He just smiles faintly. Well, I myself am happy to sit here and drink away the day if you'd like the next fitting. And the other noble next to him looks like they want to speak up, just be like, but I what the... and then a glance from Carl, and he just returns to sipping his own cup of tea.
That's very kind of you. I hate to take you up on it, but these shoes are killing me. So, if you're sure.
Oh, no, it would be absolutely fine. You remind me of someone.
Oh, someone you like, I
Yeah.
hope.
Oh, they occupy my thoughts on the regular, my dear.
We'll smile at that. Well, then I am glad to help keep her in your mind.
I'm gonna make a check for him, and like, come on, man, let's show some fucking gumption with this roll. How about it, Carl?
Give me a 1. Spaghettify yourself.
Gave me a 20. Let's see him realize it.
Yes!
Ah. Does he have inspiration? He is a human.
You're right.
You're not
right,
wrong.
He is a human.
Ah!
All right, give me a deception. You have advantage because you use disguise self.
Okay. Luckily, my deception is pretty good. Yeah, fuck you.
All right, you
All
do
right, that's
pass.
pretty good.
No problem. He says, "Oh, perhaps I'm just seeing their face everywhere." And then he'll sit back and he just silently lifts his cup, and someone will lean over and refill it again. He gives it a sniff. Oh, might I recommend the cashmere for outer garments? They do a pretty fine assortment, but it's the cashmere I prefer the most.
I shall take you up on that. Thank you.
He just gives you a faint smile. And yeah, you can go about the process of getting fitted. The individual responsible for doing the fitting appears to be actually quite young person, maybe 18 years old human, which is a bit odd for like being a master tailor, but here he is. He takes all of your measurements and will put down some numbers and even draws a vague sketch out to how you want it with you. He
Perfect.
charges a gold for the fitting itself.
That's
Because,
fine.
obviously, he will, inform you of your like bra and underwear size as well, which, as we all know, that's a good feature to have the proper measurement for.
Yeah,
It's
of
important for
course.
comfort.
In fact, Amy will make sure she writes herself down a copy, for her own future reference that she's going to
Oh
leave
yeah,
behind in this room for Call to find later.
Nice. Are you gonna like doodle a rose on it or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah, move in there. And yeah, it performs your fitting. Is there any way you would like this dropped off? It'll take me about a week to get it put together, so I hope you're not in too much of a rush. In the interim, I have loaner clothing. It won't settle on you quite so comfortably. For a lady in the need, though, a good coat will cover up a lot of sins.
Yes, that would be lovely. And let's see. Does Amy have like a P.O. box or something in this town? She's been here for a while.
That's a good question.
I
think though you've been using a tavern as your PO box.
Yeah. Sure, I'll give him the address of the tavern.
Okay. He informs you, as I say, it'll be ready in about a week or so.
Excellent.
And with that, you are justly, completely free of responsibility. Carl goes in after you with a faint smile. He glances towards the door and makes sure that one of his servants holds it open for you, as is right.
Of course, Amy will give him a smile and put a little extra swish in her step as she exudes.
And he's whistling quite a happy tune as he moves on into the fitting room, and you hear the whistle continue as the door gently shut. And then there's a... Huh?
Amy's long gone by then.
Is picked up. Yeah, suddenly the door is thrown open, and yeah, he doesn't see you. Give me a stealth. Let's see if you can ditch anyone he sends after you.
Yeah, I reckon
Yeah,
I
sure.
can.
I'm not even going to bother the counter test. Yeah, they have no fucking hope. You literally Batman the shit out of them. They're like, huh? Oh, she was right. Yeah. Gust picks up like an errant piece of paper.
I mean, at least Amy doesn't do that to us whenever we're in a conversation with her about like jobs or anything like Batman does.
Oh yeah. Just the middle of a conversation when you get Batman seems like the most frustrating thing in the world.
Oh wait, oh no. You gave them like the location of like to deliver the clothing though, didn't you?
Yeah, not to our
Yep.
place. I gave it to one of Amy's safe houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
to,
fully expect
the
Carl to take
tavern
that
she
place out,
stays
which
at.
is fine.
Yeah. Fine and fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe he'll appreciate the chase. I'm going to do a check and see if he appreciates the chase.
Crit. Come on. Let's see you preach. Oh no.
Yeah, all right. You kind of got him wrapped around your finger here. He's enjoying this romantic B plot. All of a sudden, he's like, I wasn't expecting a romantic B plot, but I'm into it. Poor bastard.
See, I thought that was gonna be the inverse. Like if it was a high charisma, he would enjoy it. And I thought low would
Well, no,
be like, he wasn't.
charisma is your force of self. If it was like steaming his beans, it would be like wisdom. Like,
Yeah.
but charisma is just like how in control of a social situation does he feel here? And the answer is not very control of this social situation. It's kind of.
I mean, evidently he's not really.
Yeah, the pace is being set by this mystery beautiful woman who stole from him in the middle of the night. That is now just like at random, because like there's no way he was expecting this. Obviously you were, because there's a really cruel DM who just likes to throw dice rolls out there to see if weird shit happens. But like, poor Carl had no idea he was caught up with one of the protagonists.
Poor guy.
Ugh.
No, not so far. You're probably gonna become Mrs. Wessex at the end of it.
Yeah, in his more lucid moments, he's gonna go, blasted, I think she's one of the protagonists.
Or would that be one of his less lucid moments?
Yeah, right after he just
Either
smokes
or.
a bunch of opium.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay. What else do other people get up to? You know, a week is passing. It's a bunch of time with which you guys can make social with.
I need to find health pots. Can
I'm
I
gonna
find any
spend-
better health pots than the normal ones? I need to buy more.
I feel like I've done a check for that before. You'll have to have them made, because it's just not something people have hanging around.
We did it before, but I wasn't sure if like inventory changes.
Not in this short period of time, no. But you could go to someone and have it made. I could fix it, but what's wrong with him is way harder.
Yeah, I feel like that's Amy's opinion
100% true.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so what was that about potions of healing not being available?
Normal like
anything more than
2d4
minor.
pots are fine because
Okay,
they said like
perfect.
that's like, you know, medicine. That's
That's like
dental
dental
care.
care.
Like yeah, but a real potion is something that only adventurers have a legitimate use for, or people who are in like a deep surgeon situation. But even then, they tend to already be trained in things like cure wounds or healing word.
Yeah.
Well, I have a reputation for stabbing people and getting stabbed, so
It's true. You could go to a doctor and be like, "Hey, doc, I am expecting to get stabbed a bunch. Can you make something for me?" And yeah, he could produce a couple of potions for you by the end of the week.
sure.
But you
how
have to,
much?
you know, yeah, say go to him specifically. I can't remember the price for it, but it would be that plus like 10
Okay.
gold markup.
Plus 10. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I'm
The
gonna
prices
buy
should be
another
on.
minor potion.
Yeah, that's
I'll
easy.
buy a
Isn't it?
couple
You
potions,
go to
why
you
not?
can go to like a barber / tooth puller. It was the old barber surgeon, and pick up a bottle of healing potion and some snake oil while you're at it, just because you're like, ooh, oil for snakes. I never know if I
Hell
might
yeah.
need that.
Damn.
Snake oil.
I'm guessing I can only go to greater, not superior.
Can't go to superior now. The guy might have the ability to craft it. He fucking doesn't have the materials though.
Got
Are
it.
potions
Is-
really
Or
okay.
common?
also the
No, I can't
time.
remember.
Yeah, that too.
So healing potions are common, greater, uncommon, then rare, then very rare. It just goes up by one step.
I'm gonna pick up a couple of regular healing potions.
There you go.
I have-
Go do so.
I have added bottle of snake oil to my
You never know, you might
as
meet
well.
a snake who has particularly chapped scales.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to buy any healing potions.
Oh,
I
yeah?
left the machine. I have 10.
They're broke then.
Is it possible to get
Okay.
another potion of invisibility? Because I did use all of mine.
It's only been like a week since you got some, so no.
Okay, fair
How many
enough.
pots can I buy? They're 100
Uh,
gold each.
He can make you 2 by the end of the week, and that's his absolute limit.
220 then.
I think Red's going to spend the week getting intimate with her wife. It's been a while.
That sounds good.
Ride
It'll help
undercarriage.
soothe her nerves as well to go for a
Go
ride.
for a walk.
Go for a little ride in a hoof length dress for no reason.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's see. Say pets, Ross. What he do over the course of a week?
It's a good question.
You should buy healing pots.
That's definitely on the table.
You should put them in your pocket.
I think I'm just gonna buy some like regular healing potions.
Yep, sounds good.
And then I could do some skill training.
You can do one of those things at a time, Savin. You could spend 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, can I
Can that
take
be
the...
done by anybody?
Anyone who has training in Arcana. Tell you what, since
Fresh out.
Vera's between work, she can do one thing. Obviously, you can't put 2 things into the staff at once. There's only 1 staff to work
Yeah.
on. But if you do that, then Vera will hook up your clothes.
Perfect.
I think 2 weeks is about as much time as she's willing to wait on this plaque.
No, we can do it
Yeah.
in one. We can do it in one.
We can,
Okay.
we can do it in one, probably.
Then yeah, you aren't gonna have your armor ready for that.
That's
Because,
fine.
you know,
It'll
the
be ready for the
clothing
next
isn't
stop.
made. Yeah.
I'll get the clothes back. It just won't be, magic by then.
Yeah, they'll just be, really nice masterwork clothes. So
Yeah.
quite hard to damage, relatively fire retardant.
Let's see.
I think I'm gonna be skill training my athletics for expertise.
That makes sense.
Sure.
We need a strong boy.
Just gonna go spend the week at the Iron Church.
Yeah. Free and free running.
Free running
Please
is just running from roof to roof. There's
Pretty much.
no such thing as the free running gym. You just actually have to go fuck up
No,
some
that's what-
rooms.
No, yeah, that's
They
what
probably
I
do
planned.
have a gymnasium, or like a few gymnasiums. This is basically a metropolis.
Yeah, this is a metropolis and a rogue's paradise. Yeah, of course they'll have like some kind of parkour gym.
They probably have one of those membership deals where it's like if you remember the City Guard, you get like half off on your gym membership.
I am definitely not a member of the city guard.
But you could be.
That'd be
No,
fun. You
they
become a
hate
member.
me.
They do hate him. It's true. The HOA is not a fan of Ross.
What? Why?
Because he's homeless.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
I lower the
be-
property values and I
Yeah. It's called Homeowners Association, not Home Admirers Association.
That makes sense, I suppose.
Look, I'm sympathetic to you, but don't ever stake up near my house. I need my property value.
Look, I respect you, but it's from a distance, you fucking homeless weirdo.
Ross is a vagabond.
Yeah. It's a way cooler way of saying hobo.
Yeah.
Vagabond is almost romantic in its description. You're like, oh yeah, you're a vagabond, a loose cannon who moves from place to place, a drifter.
So you're a hobo.
Like, I don't own a house, and all my belongings are in a bag.
So yeah, I'll get some
Get
I'll
some
get
healing
some athletics
potions
training
and
in.
do some working out. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'll join them in the gym.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Do you do so disguised at all? You're
montage.
rather obvious in appearance.
Yeah, I will disguise myself as a kobold.
A kobold? Alright, fucking disadvantage
big
disguise
kobold?
test.
Oh, what are you, okay.
Hell yeah.
Alright, yeah,
And
you
drop
got
kobold.
you do a
that.
surprisingly good kobold impression.
I'm
Makes
the
your fucking
hench
tail
kobold.
ache, but you've managed to look kind of like a kobold.
Disguise myself as the hench's kobold.
Just looks exactly like the cute bolt from 70.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Glorious and powerful. Uthven.
What was his name again?
Uthman.
Ah, okay.
Swinging around a fucking anchor. Let's see here. Okay, so your week passes, you get some work done. You manage to spend some time chilling. What about Northie? You grabbed your potions, yes, but is there anything you actually get up to? Stray? I miss Stray. It's a shame she died.
It's a
I am
shame
dead.
she
Right,
died.
no.
There you are. Is there anything that Northie actually gets up to besides grabbing some posh?
Gambling.
Why did I even bother asking? I should have known that answer.
Let's
Alright,
see
fair
how
enough.
much money I lose.
Yeah, give me a
Damn.
raw ass d20 because it's clearly not in any kind of skill that you might have.
Got. Oh my god.
It's not looking good. You do lose like 9 gold on a single hand.
Oh, that's
Ugh,
it.
it's a steep week. It's gonna be. Yeah, I don't really want to like take heaves of money off of you. Losing 9 gold on a single hand of cards is pretty brutal.
Okay, what am I at? 530. All right. Uh-oh.
Ooh. All right, Calpy, let's do this thing. No, you're fine.
I spend my inspo for the day on Kelpie's behalf.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
Red was ready for it, but the hoss is a little tired.
yep.
She just likes to finish outside
Her swim
or
was
in the
drunk.
butt. Oh yeah, swimmer's almost certainly a little bit soused. She's not even convinced 100% that whatever she is can get a human pregnant, to be entirely honest with you.
I was just
We're
thinking,
gonna
like,
find out.
We're gonna
what,
keep trying though.
what would that be?
My boyfriend's gonna get me butt
horse.
pregnant.png.
That's just cast.png.
Yeah, that's cast.png. Oh, goodness. Kelpie doesn't look 100% convinced by that fact, Red. Like, I don't know that you just keep trying and then it suddenly happens. We might need to, like, find a wizard or some shit. Kelpie will
Well-
speak up. Is Wayland responsible for, Spooge?
Isn't
I thought that was more Embla's
that's
deal.
Embla?
Yeah.
Isn't there a
Yes, but I'm
hired,
not qualified to give out Embla's blessing, am I?
Are you
No, I
sure you're
wouldn't imagine
qualified to give
so.
out Wayland's?
I spent the better part of a decade as one of his monks. I should hope so.
Do you wear any of Wayland's symbols?
Yeah, Amy's got like a little thunderbolt pendant she wears around her neck.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I guess I just never really. You're really nervous looking about that thing you got. You know, the rusty trident thing.
Wouldn't you be too if you were tasked to work on one of your god's ancient holy relics? I don't want to fuck it up.
Nah, I don't believe in anxiety, she says lyingly.
Don't worry, I'm the bundle of anxiety for the both of us.
Sure.
Good. You can take some of mine if you've got room to spare.
Whenever I feel that coming on, I have a drink about it.
Yes, well,
Kelpie salutes with a bottle.
Can we what?
Salutes with a bottle. Of course, the bottle's still open, so she just pours it right into her mouth when she lifts it up too high.
It's also hardly fair. Your liver is likely the size of my head.
Well, if it wasn't when I started drinking, it is now.
yeah,
It's a marathon, not a sprint, and Kelpie are long-distance swimmers.
Just gonna mutter in a moment. Wait, do centaurs have 2 livers? That is double cheating.
They have 2 stomachs. I don't know that they have 2 livers, actually. I think they just have one big fucking liver.
Fair enough.
It's not like they're expected to consume twice the amount of poison as a living person. Just, you know,
No,
different
no.
nutrient requirements.
No, I understand. That's a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dwarves actually don't have an intestinal tract. It's just a liver that turns all of it into piss, which is also why they're always grouchy.
Yeah. They've got 2 livers and 4 kidneys and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it.
I ain't got time for this shit, he says literally.
In fact, dwarves are actually 4 times at risk for kidney stones, if you might guess.
They're called kidney boulders, please.
Oh,
Kidney
Luckily, they
boulders,
come out like
right.
perfectly
Ah.
smooth BBs. Just
oh God, why?
Well, lucky then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it's better, I guess, than it
Yeah,
coming
it's
out like
better.
fucking-
yeah, it's
Jack
you know
Frost.
they're
Unless it
they're
just starts
genetically
coming out like-
prepared for this to happen to them.
I'll never look at airsoft pellets the same again.
She's got a dick that looks like one of those asphalt snow sprayers for the, for the cold weather with the salt. Strip the paint clean off a car if you're too close to him.
God.
Ugh. That was horrible. Okay, so how about the casing phase, eh?
Yes, you
Yeah.
guys get started. I have to go pick up a package. I'll meet you there.
Sure. That'll work out.
Yeah. Oh, is this the thing you're having me enchant when you work on your stick again?
Yes.
Alright, well, see you in a bit.
Oh, speaking of enchantment, actually, let's go ahead and put this on.
Rude sniffs and takes a look. Oh, looks like you got something too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys finding magical shit like a bunch of regular adventurers.
So we do.
Well, none of that's gonna turn you crazy, is it?
Stuff.
You know, made out of
So-
monster parts?
No. Just a soul stone.
Alright.
I sure
Red
hope
will
it
clasp
doesn't.
on her choker.
Alright. As you put on the choker, well, nothing happens at first. You've still got to attune to it for an hour. And then you get just
gonna
a fucking... Well, no, if anything, you still have to just, like, wait for the magic to
Yeah,
wibbly
okay,
wibbly.
fair enough.
You get just a fucking splitter of a headache. And when you reach up towards your like temples to rub them, it's like, no, the pressure isn't there in your temples. It's not. Usually there's a headache there, you know.
Yeah.
You use a lot of magical energy, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a tension headache from time to time. And your hands work all the way around, and then they bump up against something. Your fingernails, like the backs of them, click against a surface, and it makes your teeth jar for a second, and then you grab hold and then reach up, and then oh, well, that's odd. You felt this before, certainly not on you though, but on Kelpie. Admittedly, when you then go looking for like the twisted spiral, you don't find that. It appears to be wholly smooth and Maybe a little bit more like a compound drill than the gigantic material gouging knobble drill bit that Kelpie has.
Neat.
Kelpie will quirk her brows in surprise. Look at that, we're twinsies, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Vera similarly looks surprised. The fuck did that? How? Sorry? Pardon?
Soulstones.
Yeah, but of what?
I believe Amy said a unicorn.
Where the fuck did you guys kill a unicorn?
We didn't.
We didn't have to.
Okay. No, it's fine. You guys, whatever it is that you guys get up to.
Mm-hmm.
She just puts her hands up like, I realize that this is probably something I just don't need to or want to know.
For the best. Now I just need to get like a pair of hoofies.
Kelpie tuts. And then how would I get a foot job? Trust me, no one wants a hoof job.
You know what? Fair enough.
Don't get me wrong, clippy cloppers are cute, she says, pointedly clippy clopping against the wooden floorboards. But, feet. She says, like a fucking weirdo.
Listen, she just wants what she can't have.
True. It would be real gross if she had feet, I'll tell you that much.
It would be, yeah.
The four-legged foot tour is not a good look.
Foot tour.
Foot tour.
How common are like the kind of like Tristan had one made for
Tarts.
Cass, like the whole get sent towards like big
Tristan
humanoids,
invented that, so
He
probably not at
invented it,
all.
yeah, it's
Right,
not
right,
common.
right.
He made it himself, and he's
right.
yeah. What was his crafting skill by that point? Like plus 13
Yeah,
or some
plus
shit?
13.
Plus like 12, 13 or something like that.
Yeah, like that was the work of a genius who's been doing this shit for a while.
Yep. Understandable.
Let's see
Well,
here.
Red will affectionately rub her horn against Kelpie's and then be off to go case a joint.
Yeah, you're probably still feeling a bit sensitive, and now you've got to like get your hood extended so it'll hang over the tip of the horn occasionally, or so that you
Yeah.
can slide like the horn through a hole.
Yeah.
If anything, you'll be like, "Ooh, that's good. It'll keep the hood from like falling back when I do a dramatic leap. The horn will keep it there."
Yeah, it's a little anchor point.
Yep. You barely medicated genius psychopath with an yeah. He had it all figured out. Just you missed the Sisyphean and the Opedian part of that, but
Look, that just gets rolled in with the genius psychopath part.
Yeah, okay, sure. You're also someone who's working endlessly towards a goal that is constantly threatening to roll back over him again, and also you want to fuck your mom. Sounds like a genius to me.
Yeah.
All right. The casing. We love casing the joint.
Hell yeah.
I also love sausage casings.
Nice. I mean, I wouldn't just eat plain sausage casing. I feel like that would
No, but I like
give
the
your runs
little
real hard.
Oh yeah.
I like the little snap when you bite into a sausage.
Before we
Yeah.
case, just gonna slip in, slip out, get my package.
Oh no, I was gonna get to yours.
Oh, okay.
In a moment.
Oh, no.
Because the others are headed towards Wessex territory.
Oh, that's right.
It's fine though. We're not associated with you.
Exactly. As the four of you are headed towards the Wessex area, is this in the day or the night? I would assume the day, since this is when Amy's going to go pick up a package as well.
Yeah, I think
gonna
it's
be
better to go about the
carousing
noble
in the-
district in the day.
I'm going to start carousing.
Yeah, but at
it's
day
fair.
or night.
We'll start with the day. So as you make your way down to the general area to go and to begin the process of casing, Amy has said that she'll catch up with you in a bit. She's just going to go pick up something. You do happen to notice a small squadron of what looks like the Wessex Armed Guard accompanying a carriage. They nearly barge you over on the road, although they are like not so harsh that they're like trying to actually like run people down, but like, you know, there are guards who be like, there's a carriage coming, fucking step aside, people.
Yeah, make way for the Wessex Guard.
Yep. And that carriage rolls off down the road in Amy's direction. It's probably nothing though.
Look, if she got herself into something, she can get herself out.
Exactly. You guys have a slightly easier time of casing the joint for the next 2 to 3 hours, as the personal guard don't appear to be in the Wessex general area. Now, you're aware that the plaque is located in a warehouse that is attached to a large gallery. The gallery is a big old stone structure. It's got a nice big castle-style front entrance and some decent corridors and some lovely stained glass depicting various events. Most recently, someone had commissioned the falling of the sun. That's still not been done yet. Like, they've got the glass framework for that all put together, but it's currently shuttered over. Because, you know, they still have to fill the like colored glass into the lead line.
Yeah.
And then
It
next
is
to
like
that is a large wooden warehouse. And do you notice that it is of a relatively similar structure shape? Like, the very last place you broke into that belonged to the Mason family. You remember the place with the dragon bits? Like, it had that rectangular built shape and then staircase leading into an upper level. This warehouse appears to copy that external structure. Like, it is relatively same dimensions. Window entries aren't quite the same, and it looks like they've basically taken a mansion and then cut out a large portion of what would be the second floor so that you could just see down into the warehouse ground level. Let me grab your tokens, and I'm just going to make sure there's nothing visible in the front layer. No, okay, everything is hidden in the GM layer.
Now, when you say a
Alright.
gallery for the Wessex, this is like a private gallery sort of thing, right?
Yes, private gallery, host functions, great big dining area, that kind of thing.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Musicians and all sorts of shit.
Yep. It's too bad we never see a public one, so I can try and find like hidey holes in it.
Yep. All right, let's drag you down over to there. Okay. So this is like that same very similar structure to the previous mansion, but you can see the wall areas here are like way more opened up. And you can see that as you go like
Alright,
past
yeah.
the gateway, like obviously you aren't walking directly into this dirt path. There are workers walking back and forth in this area, and there are guards. But you can actually see as you walk past the entrance, probably everything like down the line of perspective into here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is very similar to the old structure if you just took away a huge portion of the second floor and turned it into like storage and balcony. As for
Okay.
wherever the plaque is, you can't see it just looking in. But, you know, that's because you're literally just peering through the entrance as you guys walk past the front gate.
Okay.
Yeah, as for the gallery, I'm going to say it's a very stone structure that sort of passes it off like a faux castle with big stained glass windows. Windows that would work as well like arrow slits, if not for the fact that they are writ so large you could still bodily push through them if you could break all of the lead in them.
Okay. Are the gallery and warehouse like actually physically connected, or are they just like nearby each other?
They are connected. If you were to imagine the two buildings are like an L shape, at the back of the castle, pretend castle, is where the warehouse is.
So, if we have like an L shape,
Let me
it's like
I'll
here-ish.
Oop, sorry, I didn't see that you drew on the front page.
Yeah, I was just drawing on the page
Yeah,
because
sure, fuck it. Yeah.
it's got rid of it. freehand. So let's see.
So yeah, if that's the
We-
castle, then
Oh.
the warehouse is like that. And the front entrance would be here where you looked in before.
I see a square. Okay, now I see things. Okay. So this is the front entrance here?
Yeah, that's the front. That was the gate that you guys walked past. Over here is the entrance to the castle.
And then this big one's the gallery.
This one here with the arrow is the gallery.
Oh, so this is the gallery, this is the warehouse.
Yeah, that's the warehouse that you just all saw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's the general idea, at least. And there are like windows basically all over this castle, as I say, but they're like they don't open. They are the classic lead lined, cross-hatched stained glass style windows, and they're all been put into gigantic stone arrow slits, like all the way around here and even into the front. Now,
Okay.
it's likely you could get into the warehouse through this castle, or vice versa.
Okay.
Or you could avoid the castle altogether. Vera will mention, though, that it's a gallery. There could be a lot of fucking money in there, even if you find the plaque in the warehouse.
Yeah. So are these on the same ground as like the main Wessex house? Like, are they part of like the big alarm spell grid thing?
No, this is its own external building. The probably off to the east of the district, like somewhere down here, like half a block away, is where you've got like the gigantic,
Okay.
fucking off the map sized border of their entire domain.
Okay. That makes it a lot easier and a lot like actually feasible.
Yep. Although,
Okay.
as I say, it's personal guard from that very same domain that you see come past the down the road, and that's where we go to Amy. Amy,
Hello.
you're on your way to the to your PO box, such as it is, a package that will have arrived for you.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Naturally,
You
Amy
get a
expects
22,
to have some Wessex presence here, but so she's intentionally being like quite stealthy. She goes.
Sure. As you make your approach, you can see the carriage arriving, and there are guards jogging next to it. A couple of the commoners are now just like panicking and moving out all the way, or people are getting their cart stalls and just like calling over other like just nearby workers and peasants to help them like lift them off of the road and bring them back. So the carriage can make its way all the way down. It causes a bit of a fuss, and a few people like make to shout until they see that these guys like literally have the Wessex livery on them. Like, don't really want to be shouting at one of the major noble houses.
Makes sense.
Until they all pull up outside the tavern. If the guards are tired, they don't show it. A couple of them, like reach for water skins and take a sip, but otherwise don't like bend over or anything, even though they presumably have just jogged for like half a straight solid fucking hour in armor, like a proper full set of armor. Some in plate, some in half plate.
All right, probably fairly elite.
Like that was so mooky that they needed plate to be survivable.
Not
No.
not that much constitution.
No, almost certainly not. They all look to be pretty fit. Like if there's a gym membership going around, they get the private gym. They get the fancy.
Also,
ones.
those are the guys fucking Feargus has been working out with.
Yep.
Oh,
No. He's been working out alongside like normal city guards. These guys clearly get access to the Wessex private gym.
All right. Well, maybe we'll slip into the shadows and see who, if anyone, gets out of there.
Yeah, the carriage has its curtains still drawn, although you notice that there must be someone inside it because occasionally it like moves a little bit on top of its I guess it's just spring suspension.
Mm-hmm.
So like there is a weight in there moving, not like manically or anything. They just sort of maybe the occasional fidget. There's definitely someone behind some curtains in it.
But not getting out.
No, at the moment, no. One of
Interesting.
the guards goes into the tavern. What do?
Is there a back entrance I'm aware of? Presumably.
I feel like you wouldn't have picked this place if it didn't have a back entrance.
Yeah, exactly. So Amy will slip into where she can hear what's going on in there at least.
Sure. Roll me a d2.
Sure. 2.
All right. The barmaid you stole a shitload of drugs for happens to be in the back in the kitchen as you come in.
All right. Amy will just put up a finger to her lips like shh and slip to the main room door.
She'll squint and actually moves to stop you and go, if you could get them the fuck out of here, I'd appreciate it, because there are a couple of dealers in the corner and that's a lot of money, and 50 gold if you can get them to leave.
Mm.
The guard or the dealers, either or.
I'll do what I can. No promises on this one, though. Those are Wessex guards.
Ah, shit. All right, fine. Do you know why they're here then?
I have an idea, but I'm trying to get to a position where I can hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, how is it being Miss, what was it, fucking Pale Rose now, huh?
He'll just glance askance. Well, it's a pretty nickname.
Oh, sure, of course it is. Put a little bit of extra ass on you, though, admittedly.
Well,
And they didn't make you look like nearly as much as a dope fiend I know you are.
well. What can I say? I touch up nicely.
Yeah, all right. Well, see that your touching up doesn't come to causing us any problems, all right?
I'm trying. And he'll, again, shh, and go to the door.
Yeah. She will leave ahead of you carrying a platter of drinks and some food so that you have someone to stand behind as you slink out.
Yeah.
As you do so, the front bar has the bartender. He is standing quietly, not really intending to fuck with this particular situation. He's just going to observe. You can see as much as smell the drug dealers. They smell very strongly of the drugs that they deal. And they are looking very nervous as this guard appears to be talking with a courier at the front entrance. The barmaid is sensible enough to not just catch you a look before she goes. She just gets on with walking past and through to go and serve those particular gentlemen.
In fact, actually, before she goes, Amy's gonna suggest that she offer the guard a free drink so I can have a distraction.
Oh, a free drink. She puts a hand out.
Oh my. Take it out of the fucking. Amy will stop and shove a silver in her hand.
She could just turn you in for 3,000 gold.
Yeah, exactly. She's doing you a fucking incredible solid by not rolling you in. If only because, you helped her steal 2,000 gold in hard drugs. But,
yeah.
She then accepts the silver from you and then puts it immediately in the bartender's hand, who will then pour up a drink. Once she has dropped off what platter she was carrying for the two dealers, she comes back and grabs the guard's drink. And we'll walk up and offer it to him. The guard frowns and shakes his head, putting up a hand, and then begins to ask her questions.
While he's distracted with her, Amy's going to just slide through the shadows over to where those drug dealers are. And she's gonna give them a little whisper. Tell them that as soon as this fellow leaves, they need to exunt through the back immediately because there's a lot more where he came from.
Yeah, well, the man who has incredibly bloodshot eyes looks up at you, goes, fuck. Honestly, we were worried they were here for us in the first place. They didn't come trouncing over here straight away, so I guess they ain't sure, or they have nothing on us. Why should we leave now?
Because if you aren't sure, that means they might. Better safe than sorry.
And who's to say they aren't watching for someone to sneak out the back like they got something to hide, huh?
Because I just came from the back, and there's no one there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to get out
He's
of
gonna
here
make it.
with your hide or not?
I might. Let me just finish this perception test to see if I can tell you are what you say you are. Never mind, random stranger who I definitely don't think is the Pale Rose. Fine.
Good
Come
man.
on, Jacob. And then he pauses and sees that you got the old bloodshot eyes yourself, and he reaches into his coat and pulls out a little, looks like a little felt velvet pouch, and he'll just palm that to you as he leaves.
Ain't gonna turn that down. Free opus.
Yeah, it's only like, a hit. It's like 5 silver of opus, but hey, hit's a hit.
Hit is a hit.
And they depart. The bartender will give you a sidelong glance and pulls out 50G.
So when she's in a position to do that, has the guard like stepped back outside yet, or is he still engaged with the courier?
He has invited the courier outside.
Oh, that's
The
unfortunate.
courier looks a little bit unsure. They put their box down at like the edge of the wall and then will follow the guard outside.
Excellent. Just gonna go
Huh?
grab my box.
Just go grab it and run.
Yeah, basically. Well, I'm going to take the contents from my box, and I'm gonna leave the box there.
Of course.
That seems like the stealthiest way to go about this.
Sure, give me a sleight of hand. Let's see
Sure.
if you can do this real quick. And without someone else in the bar being like, wait a fucking second, the Pale Rose.
Push the button, I swear to God. Okay, there we go.
All right, that's fine. You're able to like walk up to the door. Your disguise is moderately impeccable, and you crouch down for a moment to adjust the hem of your dress, or so it would appear to others. And you crack the top of the box, pull out the contents, and do you slide anything in, or do you just bounce?
I will replace the loner garb that I got with in the box.
There you
Put a
go.
note. Just say too slow this time.
Yeah, for sure. There's got to be a note.
Excellent. Roll me a d2, will you?
Sure. 1 this
Cool.
time.
It's perfectly fine. All right. The barmaid will turn to you as you make to leave and be like, all right, maybe it's best you make yourself, disappeared. Me and the old man are on, your side, so for whatever it's worth, but you're a regular here, and that means you're known. Go on, out of here.
All right. Amy will give her a very friendly smile and then swish out the back
Yep.
when she can.
Right. Excellent. And when you look over your clothing, it is lovely. There's soft black silks. There's little like the leather underbust corset accent, and you can see that there is a classic like cashmere shoulder cloak that goes down to the elbows,
Ooh, fancy.
and of course the old thigh-high boots.
Well, of course. Can't leave home without those.
Of course. Yeah, it's like when the dude was doing your fitting, like if you had like the paper doll model for all the drawings, the first thing that goes on the drawing is the boots.
Yeah, for sure. We got to get the boots to get the jiggle, and then we got the real tight pants.
Yeah, he probably indicates like, do you want ankle boot, knee, and you're just like
more,
gesturing
more,
up,
more.
thighs. Like I can't go any
More.
further than this, otherwise your boots will be digging into your pussy.
Yeah, that's the
That's what
correct
I
amount
want.
of boot.
Excellent. So yeah, it's a really nice outfit, worth every fucking penny. And there's something inside it.
Ooh. Well, get myself to a safe distance before I fully unravel the thing to look inside.
Okay, and before you do so, what's your passive perception?
Oh, that's a big old 9.
Excellent. I mean, this is such lovely clothing. You're very, very distracted. Gonna make a quick side test here. 26. Excellent. All right. So as you open up the looks like a little envelope has been tucked in underneath the shoulder cape. And there's something inside. It makes a little rattle sound. A little soft, slinky sound, maybe.
Oh. What's this?
As you open it up, you can see that it is a slim silver chain. A really fine jewelry grade one that's sort of like slinking and clinking against itself. And hanging from it is an old, dusty looking ring and a piece of paper that says behind you.
I duck down and like do the leg spin twirl behind.
Attack or escape?
Escape for sure, like evasion roll.
Sure. Okay.
What?
Yeah, there's nothing behind you.
Oh.
He's just fucking completely goozled you. And then you turn around and he's there instead.
Who is he? Is it Carl?
It is Carl.
Oh. Well, you're not behind me at all.
If I was going to be, you were a bit quicker than expected. He adjusts himself and he's wearing like a riding outfit, long cape. Not particularly heavy clothes, considering it's a little bit on the cool side today. Again, just like deep V on a swashbuckler style shirt, so you could just see an awful lot of chest.
Well, being quick's the name of the game, though you are stealthier than I expected.
He just grins and clicks the heels of his boots. You can tell even at a glance those are fucking boots of Elvenkind.
Oh. Well, those are rather nice.
Aren't they just? They cost a pretty penny. Ah, at last our chase comes to something resembling conclusion.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. More like an interesting interlude.
Come now. There's a lot of money on your head, and I did worry about putting it out. Maybe someone wouldn't be quite so gentle with you. And although I know plenty of healers, it would be most unjust things people could do to a lady in the sake of money. But a calculated risk, a chance to put your face out there. A little bit of respectable pizzazz for the future leader of the guild, thieves.
There's a beat. The what?
Well, someone needs to take over, don't they? My last leader up and vanished.
Your last leader.
The city's last leader. The city is my city.
Well, that's an interesting offer. I'm afraid I'll have to decline. I don't plan on becoming the head of some guild of rogues. That's not my style. Especially not after
Oh.
what's been happening to them.
Ah, yes, terrible trouble that. I hear they've all been getting themselves rather murdered.
Was that all you've heard? Well,
That's all I'm willing to say that I've heard.
then I'm sure you've also heard that any murders were probably on folk that were already dead. At least murders that counted.
Oh, I don't know. Does murder count ever when it's a bunch of, I don't know, as you say, scrupulous rogues and thieves? I don't so much think so. But they were useful. Information is a very romantic thought that people have that you could drop a coin into a beggar's hand and he'll tell you everything he's heard from street to street, shared amongst a lot of them. It's not really the case. There is some of that, sure, but for the most part, all of us benefit from the Thieves Guild doing a little bit of collection. And we look the other way when they, I don't know, try to keep themselves entertained. Feed a few homeless, steal a few things, cut a few fingers, that kind of deal. Whatever it is they get up.
Yes, I'm sure that's all fine until they start turning into vampires.
Well, look, if I knew anything about vampires occurring, I sure as shit wouldn't be mentioning it aloud in the streets.
I'm sure.
Then again, I hear someone has been scrubbing these critters out of the gutters.
Amy will just do a little bow.
Oh, you don't look anything like a 6-foot elven stab twink, but sure.
Yes, he was rather useful.
So I would suspect. I think he's killed, what, 2 of my spies? No, 1 spy. He maimed the other one. It happens. Anyway, so what's your deal then? Come into my home and steal my things. You walk away with some useful gewgaws for sure, but those aren't exactly what I would consider worth their weight in threat.
Oh, no. Well, mostly I was there to help your little ward there finish her homework, apparently, but if it makes you feel better, what I did steal of import was very helpful in killing off a dire threat to your city.
Oh, I wasn't aware that my heart was oh so very valuable. Or deadly.
Oh, I think it's rather likely to be both, but what I left with physically was a map that led to an important execution.
Oh, well. Do I get that map back? Or just like my jewelry, are you intending to keep it?
Oh, yes, you can have that back. If I reach into my pocket here, I assume you aren't going to just stab me.
Oh, no. Just to dissuade myself from getting carried away, I didn't bring a sword. Not that kind of sword, at least.
Just head off my joke, why don't you?
Oh, fair. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game entirely after you put me on the back foot.
Well, Amy will pull the map out of her coat. Good to have the feet on the mind still.
I'm a man who knows what he likes, and you've got very pretty feet. He smirks and will accept the map. This was useful to you?
Extremely.
I swear. Let's see here. Make an int test for him. How savant are you feeling while you're in swashbuckler mode? Fucking savant as hell. Oh, I see. Oh, let me guess. Old hideout hidden in ancient architecture that's vanished now. Gestures at the bottom right corner where the tavern was.
Precisely.
Ugh, a shame. I should really have someone scour the rest of those records and see if we can shake any rats free from the eaves.
You should. I doubt that was the last monster hiding down there.
It's either that or I'll drop I don't know, some kind of mysterious clue to the Lady Mason and she'll just handle it for me again.
Again.
So very smug. Of course, who do you think got her to hire Damocles in the first place?
I see. Well, useful tool for everyone then.
Absolutely. It's very simple. You just put a little bit of money into people's pockets and you say things that you would like suggested aloud, and then that gets suggested aloud and carried down. I probably wasn't the only one who set Miss Mason on her way, but I certainly helped grease those particular spokes. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is here and there would be you and your future in this city. If you will not take a position in the head of the guild, somewhere that I might be able to make a little bit of use of you while you make your use of me, what should I do with you then?
Oh, I'd suggest giving me a slap on the ass and sending me on my way so I can continue thieving around until I can leave.
Which of us are you robbing next then, huh?
Oh, you
Clearly
of
aren't aiming
course.
for any small-time players. Me!
You're the most fun,
shit.
obviously.
Well, I won't deny that. Although, I don't make the funnest noises when I'm stolen from.
Oh, I beg to differ. That was quite the show you put on the other day.
Very fair. Well, on the plus side, I was wearing underpants that particular time, and I'll happily give you your spank on the ass, but then you'll find you're probably going to be occupied for far more than a few minutes.
Fucking make a persuade on Amy, Mr. Carl.
You know what? Fair. Very, very fair. He's okay at it. It's not his highest skill.
Can I give him my inspiration?
Sure.
Nah, it didn't work. Alright. But listen, I tried.
Yeah, if he had advantage, it's a
March
20, but
better.
you know.
Oh well.
I feel like he has advantage setting up the whole chase and everything, doing this to get you.
Yeah. And when you said, I pulled something out of the envelope, you said it was a ring?
Yeah, it appears to be an old, dusty ring hanging off a silver chain. The chain itself looks like it's worth more money than the ring.
A few minutes, eh? Amy will flick the ring out and dance it between her fingers. It's an interesting man who sends a ring to a woman and says it'll just be more than a few minutes.
I also have interest in the woman's ring as well, but that's an entirely different matter. Now, that ring there is slightly different from, perhaps, fully noble intentions. I was waiting to see if the ring moved so that I could make my grand appearance. It's got some minor enchantment on it.
Oh, is that all?
Belonged to my Mima.
Ah,
There could certainly be more to it than that. Well, I was about to say I'm not one to rush into things, but I absolutely am. Want to tie the knot with old Carl?
yeah, you do rush into things.
I'm riding this moment by the seat of my pants. You can keep the ring regardless. I'm sure it will come in handy, as long as you don't mind my ability to take a little peek over your shoulder from time to time.
Hardly. I'll tell you what, Carl. I'm about to go on a very long trip. But when I come back to the city, I'll give you an answer. One way or the other.
Ah, very well. How long's a long trip? I'm a patient man, but I'm a forgetful man.
However,
I'd like to put something down on the calendar.
however long it takes to get down to Torchlight and back.
Never heard of it.
That's the idea. Very few people have. It's... God, where the fuck is... What is near Torchlight? Is the Ivory Home?
Far southeast, it is south and east
it-
of the Ivory Hold, hard south of the Forest Hold.
Yeah, the closest thing is the forest hold, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's like a hard east from the trading city that guards the river leading into the ocean.
Right. What was the name of that place? The fucking something light?
Can't remember.
I don't know.
Not off the top of my head.
Amy will shrug and say, it's near the forest hold. Only notable features having been where I was born.
And that makes it very notable indeed, producing a lady of such beauty. But I digress. I'm sure you hear it a lot.
Once in a while, but it's always nice to hear from a man of my caliber. Those are
A
exceedingly
man of your
rare.
caliber. You aren't hung, are you? I mean, I can still be persuaded, but you know.
Amy will,
If so, you've got fabulous tuck game.
will shake her
Old
head.
Carl likes it both ways.
Not what I meant.
Well, fair enough. It would be hard to tuck this away.
Alright, Amy's just got to kind of glance down there.
Yeah, man's rocking a Stolfo.
Amy will continue to glance down.
Riding pants don't leave much to the imagination.
Yeah, Amy continues to glance down for a couple extra seconds. Bites her lip before returning gaze upwards. Just kind of falls back down onto the chest for a couple seconds.
Like, I'm not confident for no reason.
Of course. Well, Amy will flip the ring a couple times and then slide it onto a finger. Oh, unless you wanted to do it yourself.
Oh no, I'll save that for the magic moment in the future. That one should just hopefully keep you from dying.
I do need help with that once in a while.
I should think so. You nearly got stabbed breaking into someone's house.
No, I wasn't worried.
Probably gonna happen again at some point this week.
The stabbing was entertaining.
I assure you that next time my stabbing will be a lot more than entertaining.
Well then, Carl, I look forward to it.
Indeed, and I shall get back before all of the guards panic. I expect them to open the door any minute now and find a mannequin dressed like me. Have a lovely day, and then he will turn and walk away.
All right, well,
Clicks his heels again. And
if he
makes
turns
poo
away
noise.
first, Amy slaps his ass, and then whoosh.
Nice.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day.
And yeah, you absolutely hear the last curse of, "He's fucking gone, huh?"
He
He returns to his carriage. You never know when you might need a crazy Carl mannequin.
Apparently.
You never know when you might need a crazy Carl.
That's also true. All right. Dick Pong and the criminal crew.
Yeah.
You have casing to do. Amy has
We
been
do.
held up, but difficulty did go down considering there are guards about. Or, well, less guards about.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should like to do a little bit of just regular old casing the joint using investigation to see about like shift rotations and the like and how deeply guarded this warehouse actually becomes.
Sure, you're gonna like just hang out and watch the transition from day to night guard?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. There are probably places to do so from. There's the classic like hang out of a cafe and take a looky-loo.
Yeah, do you want investigation or stealth for that?
That would be up to your choice. Either really like the investigation is how thoroughly you look, and the stealth is just how much time you are freely left completely unmolested to do the looking. They're probably both still equivalent in functionality.
Okay, well, they're both the same skill check for me basically anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's do investigation, I suppose. That's
Ooh.
pretty good.
All right. Ask me 2 questions.
All right. So how many guards does it look like are in the warehouse and around it at any given point?
Around the warehouse, there appears to be a rotation of 2 guards at 12 and 6. Like they're doing an opposing path rotation, so one will always be completely opposite side of the warehouse to the other. That rotation is basically constant. They don't do any like stopping and moving unless it's just to like, adjust a boot or something like that. Internally and passing through the gate, in the middle of the day, there's like 1 guard watching the main doorway, and that's because there are workers literally going back and forth through it. Like he's watching everyone who comes in and checks them and makes sure, oh yeah, you work here or work adjacent to here. You don't see as much throughput as you might expect. It's entirely possible that some of them are coming in from the castle side of the warehouse,
Okay.
like through a back entryway there.
Okay, well, that leads me into my second question. Is there a side or doorway that looks like they don't patrol as much around or don't spend as much time all around? Or
No,
like
no, they've got an impeccably timed watch.
okay. But like
As it
they're
goes from night to day, they swap as well to lanterns that you are pretty sure are magical.
okay. And it's a pretty constant rotation. Like
Oh yeah. There's nothing holding them up. They do a full walk in a circuit without doing a stop. There is a relief from day to night guard, and when the day guard wraps up, they look pretty knackered because they've been doing circuits for an entire day. But you can see they've got like really high quality boots, and they're clearly paid well for this.
yeah. Can I ask like how long it takes like a rotation? Like you said there's like what, 2 guards that do the rotation?
Yeah, 2 guards doing a constant rotation around the entirety of the place, no stops. It takes them about 2 minutes to do a full circuit each time.
About 2 minutes. Okay.
So,
So it's
there's
like
only a minute where there
yeah,
isn't someone there.
yeah. That's what I'm about to say. Like there's probably like a minute or so where you can actually try and get in. That's not too bad. That's pretty good thing to
Yeah.
know.
As it comes around to night, the large front gate that you saw before is like brought locked shut. You're watching it the whole time. I'll say you see them put the tripwire up behind the gate as well as they do so. And then you hear more doors slam shut as the internal set to the warehouse are also closed up.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, I mean, that's my 2 questions, I believe.
Cool. Let us see here. Northie.
Carousing.
Carouse. So yeah, there are some upper class cafes outside one of which is where Red is sipping and watching. She does that thing where if she doesn't finish her coffee, they can't ask her to leave.
Well, you just buy another one.
Yeah, what's your choice of carousal spot? I suppose there's places to eat, drink hard, and eat hard.
Well, is it before sundown?
Right now it's before sundown. When you get there, you've probably got like a couple hours before sunset.
Well, then clearly it's time to find. It's too late for mimosas, so it's time for mojitos.
Sure. You doing so just exactly at a bar, or are you doing the old restaurant dealy?
Real life Stray is very hungry, so let's do both.
Sure. Stop by the bar for drinks to go, and then go down to the restaurant at like the long social table.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, the two businesses are like adjacent. They probably don't even have like a fence between their two like outdoor gardens. There are guards like literally on the premises just in case someone gets too fucking sloshed, because this is the upper class district. This is the fancy town. You don't just like get fucking schmallered at the pub and then just like barge into the restaurant and start screaming at customers and stealing their breadsticks.
Wow.
This is a fancy restaurant, not an IHOP.
No, I've been to one of those fancy restaurants where they serve bottomless mimosas, and they have a sign on the wall that's like engraved and like hand carved that says that while we all love bottomless mimosas, $100 charge will be added to your bill if the mimosas come back.
That's a pretty good sign. I'm just reminded of fucking all-you-can-eat Chinese lady who'd threaten you with a kitchen knife if you threw up on a floor. Oh, I miss that place so much. I don't think it's there anymore. Oh. Yeah, alright. Give me a roll to carouse as you grab some mimosas and then walk over to the social table, the adjacent restaurant. Since it's like, a couple hours of sundown, it's probably like still like a roast dinner style meals, so like big beef or chicken, lots of taters, that kind of shit. Everything has a shitload of gravy. Alright, 2 questions. Wait, no, 3 questions. The DC went down for the next couple of hours, and you're doing this in the daytime.
Okay.
3 questions.
We're still casing the joint, right?
Yep. It's
were-
not just you enjoy the meal so much you forget that you came in on
Right.
anything.
Listen, I'm very hungry.
Same.
I'll be honest, wasn't paying the Red's 2 questions, so if they overlap,
She asked
I'm sorry.
about God rotations and numbers.
Okay. Well, I want to ask about the most raucous part of the night for the guards. The
We'll go one at a
Uh,
time. The most
okay.
raucous time of the night for the guards.
Mm.
Probably closing hours at the adjacent bar. The restaurant shuts in like a couple of hours, and then they give their like outdoor gardeny like bench situation over to the tavern. They just go like, enjoy. You guys can also do more of your drinking out here next to the fire. And when closing time comes around, fucking no one can drink like a rich person can drink. Nobles seem to be under the impression that they just have a second liver that is exclusively for handling more alcohol than they should. If you ever seen like stockbrokers get drunk, they fucking
Oh, yeah.
They get annihilated.
Listen, I used to live in the Bay Area, and I used to go near the financial district during like even during the morning.
Yeah.
You know how I told you I used to go get salmon steaks. You
Yep.
could get beer for like $8. Always dudes in suits there too.
Yeah. So when last call is made is when it gets noisy because the drunks suddenly have to like stand up and figure out how much of their legs still work. So that gets a lot more attention from the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
When are like when does a nightlife really start where people are milling around the street? I want to listen. It was a good tactic last time. I want to try it again.
There aren't quite as many just freedom milling. They're usually coming either to this tavern or going past it to another tavern. Like they don't tend to drink in the streets here because guards will just like lamp them and tell them to fuck off.
I meant more like people going from like place to place.
Basically
with the
all
group.
night they'll just pub crawl.
All right, so good news, guys. I can slip in with a group. I just need to be sure to bring my fancy gloves.
Yep. Yeah, quite literally. If you're dressed really nice and you smell of alcohol, you can probably pass your way from
And I have a set of fine clothing. All right. And for my final question. I actually can't think of one off the top of my head because if there's the ones I can think of, I can find out by myself. Like a good perching point to use my spyglass.
Yeah, you would just know that to be like anywhere that's got a fucking
Yeah.
roof. That said, the castle's castle, big air quotes. It's only 2 stories tall. It's a big stone structure. It's castle shaped, but it's not a castle. Their like windows are all frosted. There's no peeping into that one. Frosted or colored, stained even.
So less of like a castle and more like a manor house.
Yes, it's been
Yeah.
done up in like a full-on castle style, but it has windows that look like they belong in a church because it's a gallery. It's an art piece for all intents and purposes.
Understood.
And for the warehouse, maybe in like the early morning, they've got a few of the windows like open, so shutters open, but at night they're all locked shut. I don't think you have any good perspective for a spyglass.
All right.
Yeah, then they're not going to be leaving any like windows or shutters open. They are wooden, so they're breakable shutters. You could break one and then look inside, but by that point you're probably a little bit committed on your path in some other way.
Fine. So for my last question, I will ask, who has the best potato salad?
Ooh, best potato salad. Let us see here. Roll me a d4.
Okay.
Oh, this place has the best potato salad. They have
I will-
award-winning potato salad.
I will order a double helping.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
They're the
They have the
reason
sign up and everything.
Yeah. The reason that their potato salad is award winning is because the potato salad comes with croutons that, for whatever arcane reason, don't lose their crunch in the dressing.
Oh. And
It's
they
the
don't
texture.
have
Potato salad is sold on texture.
and they don't have raisins in it, which is fantastic.
Raisins in a potato salad?
Yeah, it's a Midwestern thing. It's disgusting.
Like, I mean, I've had raisins in stuff that's similar, like with the mayo-based, like Coronation chicken, but like that's because it's pretending to be a curry, and then that's just the sugars are just fruits in a curry. Like Coronation chicken is just that pretend.
I am a lifelong Californian, but I don't like raisins. I don't like wine.
That's unfortunate.
Wine
I
just
feel
makes
like
you
those
feel
would
bad.
be. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I'm generally the same opinion. I'll enjoy a glass of red, but a glass of white would give me a terrible headache, and a glass of rosé would probably make me shit.
Although and again, I don't count champagne because champagne's not wine.
No.
Mimosas are fine.
I will manage a mimosa, but I will tend to regret it. Again, big headaches.
Understood.
I'm not
It's
a big
lot
fan
sugar.
of champagne.
I like mimosas, but I don't like any other champagne thing.
How about 10 to 14 death in the afternoons in a single sitting?
Constitution save.
Get out of here, Hemingway.
Yeah, give me a Constitution save. Let's see how fucking powerful
not-
you're
I'm
heading
not-
this way.
No, I was talking to Garde.
Okay. Garde, Constitution.
just slim splashing death in the afternoons on his face. No one block
Replacing-
away.
Just wasting good
my
absinthe.
robot, my oil with
Just pure
Frickin-
absinthe. Fucking skip all of the death of the afternoon. It's just absinthe in your veins
Mhm.
now.
Listen, I like absinthe. I like absinthe fine. I just don't like it with champagne. The death in the afternoon is foul.
Yeah, I like absinthe, which is interesting. First time I had absinthe was when I was 14, and it was for a media class where we produce a fake advertisement for, like, a social thing, like don't do drugs, etc. And I went with don't drink and drive. I'm 14, and we all poured lots about liquor and just got shit housed to film it.
Listen,
We're like, it was just acting.
yeah. Listen, absinthe is delicious because I love the taste of licorice, but don't mix licorice
like-
with champagne.
I like the
It's
smell of
gross.
absinthe, but
Yeah. Amy looks like she'd drink a lot of absinthe, just like the classic, over a spoon with the sugar.
I will be right back. I gotta go and grab something real quick.
Never had absinthe, so
Yeah.
I can't really comment on it.
Do you
It's
like licorice?
No.
black licorice
black licorice.
specifically.
Then you'd hate it.
Yeah, you'd hate it. It's just black licorice
It's
flavor.
anise.
That doesn't.
I'm the only one in my family that likes black licorice really.
Yeah,
So that
anise
means
is
that
black
everyone
licorice.
that means that, like, during Easter or whatever, or whenever people would get jelly bellies and stuff like that, everyone would give me their black jelly beans, and I would just have a little mountain of them I could snack on. It was amazing. I really like being one of the only people that I know that likes black licorice. Ming and John do though.
It's
But
like a
yeah,
super
that just
pack, yeah.
means it just means you get all of the stuff that people don't
Mhm.
want. It's amazing. All right, I gotta go grab something. Be right back.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Pets, Ross. How do you
Yeah.
case this joint?
Oh, I think I know what I want to do, but I don't know what I want to know.
Okay. Well, what do you want to do? We'll work backwards from that.
Yeah, I think I'll I just kind of just wanna perception this place and just really
Okay. So
there might
you're going to be asking a appearance based question. It's not like something you can actually ask
Yeah.
someone. It's going to be something that you observe. So that would be broken down into things that
Yes.
you can see, things that you can see people doing.
Right.
I don't think anyone's asked about any non-Garda defenses.
Oh yeah, let's go for that. Yeah.
Well, give me a roll. Let's see if you get any questions in the first place. You don't, so it's
God
okay. You
damn
don't
it,
need to worry
Ross.
about it.
God damn it.
You could roll an inspo. Unless you used yours
inspo.
on someone getting laid. I don't know.
No, I didn't do that. I can roll an inspo.
Yeah, go for it.
This will be a different day from the actual.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go. There we go.
You get a question.
All right, yeah, let's. What are the more immediate
Traps and
non-guard
threats?
defenses? Yeah,
Okay.
traps and
So yeah, there is a tripwire that they set up behind the main entryway. On top of the warehouse, although currently unoccupied, there is a scorpion. A
Ooh.
small ballista, not like the animal scorpion, that appears to have been put on the warehouse. From any perspective other than on top of it, you can't see how that would be reached by someone. There's no guard there that you can see. It's possible it's magical, or there's like a trapdoor and ladder set up.
No, they just have an actual giant dire scorpion up there.
Yeah, it's also they have a
It's a
scorpion, and then
scorpion
next to
manning the
that
scorpion.
is next to that is the scorpion that operates the scorpion. Yeah.
Okay.
As well as that, you have a sneaking suspicion, judging on the like faint glow as the sun is setting. It sort of like lights the windows up. That thing about that light doesn't look quite right to your particularly well trained eyes and/or paranoia. Um, the way that shimmers sort of looks like an external heat haze on these, so it looks like the Galleria windows are protected magically in some kind of way.
All right.
I think that is it for non-guard threats.
All right.
There might be some more inside, but you can't perceive that from
Obviously, yeah.
outdoors. It's reasonable to assume. You
Yeah.
can tell that the place is very well lit inside the warehouse. The castle gallery likely not so. As it becomes evening, people aren't going to be walking through it, and it doesn't look like any like big dinner has been hosted in there at the moment. So it's pretty unoccupied by anyone other than guards who patrol it or appear to control it, judging by like lantern light moving from window to window as it gets darker. The warehouse,
Warehouse
say,
operates.
warehouse. You can see light seeping through all of the cracks of the window shutters. Like it's
Okay.
probably full of torchlight or
Mm.
lantern light because it's a warehouse. You wouldn't want bare flames in a fucking warehouse. That'd be bad.
Just a bit.
Might swing by to see if they have a graveyard shift.
They definitely do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, you see them as Red does as they transition from day to night shift. All of the non-guard workers leave as they lock up.
Okay, so there's not a graveyard shift in the warehouse, just the guard.
Yeah, if there's a graveyard
Okay.
shift of workers, then they're not someone who leave the warehouse. They're already in there,
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully this isn't like a fucking fantasy Amazon, so they're not just like shipping product 24/7.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
You tried.
Some Reddit image. Killdozer was the greatest technical. In fact, I would say Killdozer was a doctrine as well, and it was radical.
It's a Batmobile.
I would argue all of those are technicals for sure.
In this case, I think the scorpion with a scorpion counts as structure neutral doctrine purist.
Yeah. No, I would no structure radical. It's because it's alive.
Oh
It's
yeah,
radical.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Scorpion with a mounted scorpion? Yeah. Okay.
It's a large-sized
Yeah,
scorpion with a
scorpion.
scorpion weapon like strapped to its back.
I love that fucking little mobile duck blind. That looks like something I would have driven in that truck game.
I
earlier.
am going to pitch that to Ray.
Ah, goodness. Okay. Feargus.
Oh yeah. What
Yeah, your
what
questions.
did I had to step away. What did Ross look
Ross
for?
asked about non-guard defenses. There is a
Okay.
scorpion ballista mounted on the roof. There doesn't appear to be a guard on it, and from the ground you can't really tell how anyone would get up there. It's possible that it's enchanted. There appears to be an enchantment on
Okay.
the stained or frosted glass windows of the castle-style gallery. There is a trip trap on the inside of the warehouse's main doorways, and the warehouse itself is thoroughly well lit.
Nice. Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna attempt. Whoops! I assume no, don't do that. I'm going to attempt to just bribe some workers with like cold hard dollary dues to see if they can elaborate further on any of those like defenses. What they do.
Who would you like to be targeting for this? Elaboration.
Let's go with, is there a foreman, or does it look like any of the workers are particularly in charge?
None that look like they're open for a chat with you, I suppose. Like there are guards externally and internally, and they're on a constant rotation. And otherwise, the adjacent buildings appear to be like restaurants, bars, cafes, eateries, that kind of thing. There's no one who's just like a guard company dot store.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, you know, you could try like disguising as like one of the workers to get inside and like see the place about.
That would be highly risky. You
That's-
saw the
yeah,
guards
that-
checking every
pretty
person
risky.
that came in.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, highly
possible,
risky,
but like
but high
the
reward.
fucking
that was
disguise check for
that was
is, like,
potentially like
insane.
gonna be one of my like questions would be like asking somebody who's like on their way out, like bribing somebody on their way to see if that would even be possible.
It
But-
would be, but you'd have to probably roll pretty high, and
Yeah.
there's no guarantee that it wouldn't just get you knocked for whatever
Yeah.
cash they'd earn turning you in.
Yeah.
Like they're probably more scared of like the Hollisher Wessex elite guard than they are of you weird gremlin.
Well, you could play identity theft, like grab a guy on their break, either uniform or anything, like dress yourself up as them.
Yeah, you could try and James Bond
It-
them, but again, it would be a bit of
it's
a
if
risk
there's
because they'll do
any,
that thing
like,
where they check your
criminal-
face.
Yeah.
And they go, wait a second, your face isn't a face at all.
Wait a minute, your face isn't a face. What is your face actually? Porcelain?
Face.
It's made of very small face.
Deception
Yes, I
check.
believe it is porcelain. With eyes of
So-
painted lead.
That's out.
Not even real sapphires. You can probably pay to get real sapphires put in after this.
It turns out that they aren't magic, so you're just still just blind as shit, but you're doing it for the riz.
Just do it for the riz. In that case, I'm also in the same boat as Pets. I'm not sure.
You could, instead of like trying to like rough up people out of it, you can, let's see, wait, can your rage be used to like do persuasion? I forget.
No,
No.
just intimidate.
That's
No.
called intimidate. Angry persuade will always
Yeah.
be called intimidate.
It
You're gonna use
can
intimidate
be used
minor
for
or
intimidate.
Yeah, I was gonna say intimidate minor or intimidate major.
Oh
That's
no, no,
how
no,
you
that-
angry
that-
persuade.
It wouldn't work with what I had in mind, like
Yeah.
of, like trying to pose as a person that wants to get work within the Wessex house or something like that. So you
I
could
feel
like try
like
and
that's
talk to them.
longer term than we have time.
I mean, talking with like a worker about like the worker conditions inside wouldn't exactly be.
Yeah, you could go apply for a
You
job.
could just ask about the place. Now that's a good
That-
thought. Applying
That's
for a
what
job.
I mean. Like applying for a job, I feel like it'd take longer in the
It
like.
would probably
would, yeah.
be. You'd have to figure out a way to like super expedite the process of getting to someone who would
Yeah.
let you inside, and I think that they would probably check you before they let you in.
Yeah.
That said, you could pull a worker and be like, "Hey, I'm looking to get employed," and they'll be like, "You're a freak. They're probably not going to employ you, but," and then they'll tell you about it if you pass your test.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, you did this to yourself by choosing to play a cryptid.
Yeah. No, I mean like that. It's oh God, not because like that's a great idea, but like I'm not the persuasive type.
Look, impress them with your muscles. Roll athletics. Show them how good you could be if only they weren't a bunch of racists in there.
Like,
do
yeah,
with it
I'll,
Have you
yourself.
seen me? I can lift a
I'll
higher crate by
find
myself.
somebody to show off my athletics to, like, ask about employment. They'd be like, "You're a freak." I'll like show them my muscles, and like ask about the like working conditions.
It's it's a long walk for a short drink, but I'll let you give it a go.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good athletics. All right,
Look at these
sure.
guns. I've been
All right,
working
yeah,
out.
I'll give you a question.
I guess, like out of character, what specifically about the working conditions do you think would be relevant to us?
Ooh, is there anything
I mean, like,
dangerous in
we
there?
don't know. Yeah, that's a good
Oh
point.
Because we've
yeah,
seen the
yeah,
outer
yeah.
defenses, but
Like,
nothing about inside.
I guess I'll ask if there's like anything that would put you in danger in the daily like routine.
They keep a lot of the district's lamp fuel in the warehouse, so they're pretty afraid of like causing a big
Ah,
catastrophic fire. Luckily, everything's in an enclosed lantern, but
yeah,
they don't like that it's a fire
that
hazard.
makes sense. Yeah.
Also, thankfully, those have been moved out, but there used to be a particularly nasty collection of Beast of Darkness parts that made people
Ah,
feel uncomfortable at best or sick at worst carrying things in their vicinity. Those have been moved, although
yeah.
some of them
I
swear
would
that that
too.
corner of the room is a little bit fucking haunted. They make the sign of Wovar.
Sheesh. I'll make a sign of Wolfire as well.
Wolvar, you say?
Fucking sorry, we were playing your game recently, thinking about it.
Presumably
I mean,
Hagen.
the one here is dead, so
Hagen.
yes, Hagen.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Make a sign, Hagen. Yeah. Thank him and be on my way.
Hips fedora.
And I will mention that to the people, both that there's a shitload of lantern oil in the warehouse, and also that there are a shitload of Beast of Darkness parts that were recently moved out of the warehouse, but that could potentially still be on the premises.
Savin, if that happens, every god will be like, no, we need to make sure that Mithras and Embla are on the same plane just to see what fucking happens.
Yeah, what
Yeah, I
fucking
mean, yeah, we
happens is
got it.
right.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, this swapping idea is nice and all, but what about a temporarily just some of us go over here with telescopes?
Yeah.
And
And
we'll
look,
That was
just
one
watch
of
your
those times
star
Kaya got
signs
pregnant
smash.
without.
I mean, we got to make that happen.
Mithras and Embla meeting.
The
Yeah.
sheer
It's just
thunderous force of their
Mithras's
clapping
tits continue.
cheeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mithras's chest keeps growing and fucking Embla's ass.
God, I love
I think
Like
that's
Embla.
how Kaya happened.
they're like a Venusian Voltron.
Truly, Embla is my god, my patron deity.
Huzzah!
Whoa!
You got to have the appropriate foundations necessary for a life of work in the field and carrying children. And Mithras, the big kitty god, thinks that the biggie milky is the more important part of it because meow.
Yeah.
That's how Hallie got a cat wife.
It's true.
Mithras, Embla, and Saracena all gathered together is how Kaya happened. Gardeford.
Yep. Okay. I believe that is all the stuff you currently know about the location. Correct me if I am wrong. Wow, fuck me, that was a lot of thunder. It sounded more like someone was like rolling one of those gigantic like dustbins down a cobblestone road than the thunder. It's still going.
Boom.
I don't know if it's turning up on microphone at all,
No.
but it is fucking Cthulhu, then I can hear it through my headphones.
Excellent.
Okay.
Rad.
That looks to be everything, I think.
I think it is.
Is Amy able to participate in the casing at all?
Yes, you can only do yours in the night. However, you won't be able to ask any day relevant questions, unfortunately. How would you like to go about casing the joint? Also, the DC goes back up to being high again when night
That's
comes, especially
fine.
after fucking Carl pulls his bullshit.
That's fine. I'm just gonna do my usual investigate. Actually, we've gone through everything everything on the outside pretty thoroughly. I think I'll throw Arcana this time and try and get a sense of the magical hoodoo around this place, if any.
Sure, okay. When you go sensing for hoodoo, there's none like out on the streets, but there appears to be on the locks of the doors.
Ooh.
And also on the windows of the gallery.
Ooh. Alright, good to know. Very good to know. Alright, everyone, I'm back. Did you miss me?
Oh, good. You didn't get arrested.
As if.
Here, have some potato salad.
I'll pass.
You're
So
lost.
what did hold you up?
Oh, just a lot of walking and talking, you know. Found some stowaways in this dress I had to deal with. Amy will run a hand down her new outfit.
Oh, big flash of lightning.
Oh, nice. What's
Well,
the
it
temp
does look
like?
rather fancy.
Thank you. It is a lovely little piece.
Shit.
Oh, I heard that one.
Hey, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, that was right on top of me.
Well,
Big
Skow
lightning.
loses power. We'll know why.
Yeah. Remind me, Savin, what is 6E's exhaustion? Is it skill checks and attacks?
Yes.
It's
Yes,
-1,
-1
isn't
per
it?
rank.
-1 skill checks and attack. Is it saves as well,
No.
though, or not? I don't think it was saves, no.
I think it is to say.
No.
I know it's just
No,
like
we
the
thought
saving.
it was at first, but then we double checked that oh yeah, it was not. It was
It-
to a spell
And your spell save
self,
DC
is
like
DCs up,
spell
isn't
saves
it?
your spell save DCs, yes.
Yeah, your spell save DCs.
Why are we asking?
Because I've seen a brief moment. I'll write a reminder into that so I don't forget myself.
Oh.
Oh.
Death saving throws. Oh, interesting.
Oh.
When you fail a saving throw, you succeed instead.
Gain an exhaust.
You know, that's super worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be the
Could
difference
be.
between going
Yeah.
down anyway, but without the becoming unconscious part.
Yeah.
I am
wonder what
amazed
Cupid
we've
does.
gotten this far into a scout campaign with so few. This item has a secrets.
Yeah.
We've,
It's because you've come through it with so few magic items. There are like less than 10 on that
No.
page.
Not for lack of trying.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
Every
Yeah,
magic
10 of
item.
them exactly. Yeah, I don't
Every
let you
magic
guys have
item
any
that
of them.
I've
speaking of
Yeah.
which,
every
Yeah.
magic item that I have, I paid for.
I feel like it's
Look, I'd
worth
love to find a magic item with
reiterating
secrets.
when like we're talking about Amy's new outfit. She does have a ring on her ring finger now. I don't know, that's
Yep.
something
So,
anyone notice.
I mean, I'll look over it and probably see it. You're not exactly like, hiding your ring
No,
finger,
not at
are
all.
you? Yep. So when's the wedding?
I don't know. Perhaps a year.
Wow, Mazel Tov then.
Thank you.
Well, that is good. I'd offer his place at like the eventual resort I'm going to build, but I don't think a year is enough time.
Probably not. Well,
But hey, you have a late honeymoon? We'll make a honeymoon suite for
I will give you a
Aw.
sharp grin. Appreciated. Now then, let's get back to business, shall we? Got
you.
a
Yeah,
plaque to
here's what we've
claim.
all found out about the place.
Yeah, you can vomit us forth information, but I believe that'd be where we're wrapping it up.
No.
Okay.
Garde should go to bed. He's gonna be up in
He's
like
gotta
a
get
few
up at 8
hours.
a.m. That's like
Just
Eh,
just
5
actually,
hours
it's
from
like-
now.
Like
Just
No,
think,
6
yeah.
hours.
7.
7 hours? 7 hours.
7 hours from now.
Oh, that's a perfect night's sleep if you go right this second.
Yep.
Yeah. Go to bed
Yep.
now.
just
Yeah. just lie down and fall asleep. It's
Hey,
easy.
Go the
I'm
fuck
sure.
to sleep, Gardy.
Just fall down
Just go.
onto the ground
Hey,
in my
Just
basement.
fucking like a
Look,
mannequin with your
that's
strings
sweet.
cut.
this is
Look,
this is worst
I know
thing is
Ben, and he can do
Ben
that.
can do
Yeah,
that.
Ben can do
No,
Yeah,
that.
actually, yeah, no,
Let's
I've seen.
try Bing.
Yeah, I've seen Bang do that too.
I've seen Bang do that in person.
Same.
Yeah, it's just like
Even on the world's
you go
noisiest
you go to
bus.
do something.
Narcolepsy.
You go to do something. You're like, all right, I'm just gonna use the restroom, or I think I was no, I went to take a shower, and I don't take long showers, right? Like maybe 10 minutes, come out completely asleep. It's like, are you what?
Fucking
Or
superpower he has.
when
Yeah,
we were
that's-
watching
Shit.
Edge Runners, it's just like awake, bonk.
Yeah, that's me too.
No, I watched her pass out on the world's noisiest bus. Also, it did get late by then. I don't know. Alright. Anyway, there's no such thing as experience in this game, unfortunately.
Alas.
But, we lived, we laughed, we loved.
It's a good
Indeed.
time.
Carl showed you his sausage.
Yay.
Ooh, nice. All right.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
change
get
my name
Kelpie to
again.
succeed on that con save one of these days.
If you are watching on the stream YouTube, thanks for tuning in. There will not be Savin tomorrow. He's got a couple players missing, so I guess the next game will be 70 on Thursday. Well, until then, adios and do take care.
Yeah.